The most respected investor in the world is undoubtedly Warren Buffett. On the other hand, to come up with invention ahead of their time to be on the top of the Forbes list. This man has been the second richest man in the world for many years in the row by simply investing, and that sets him apart from other. It's that he started with absolutely nothing. Today we will take a look at how Warren Buffett invests and how exactly he made over $85 billion. But first, let's take a look at how Buffett got into the investing first. Warren Buffett grew up in an average family, so he quickly learned the value of money. At the age of 13, he started delivering newspapers, selling magazines, and made a substantial amount of money, which he invested later into 40 acres of farmland. He realized that if he wants to grow faster, he needs to get into the business. When he turned 15, he used his saving to buy pinball machines and placed them into barber shops. Within few months, he owned three different machines and then sold the business for the $1,200, or over $16,000 in today's money. Fortunately, he was rejected by Harvard Business Schools because then he applied to Columbia Business Schools, where he met his mentor, Benjamin Graham. Graham taught him how to win consistently in the stocks market without speculations. His method was simple: find undervalued companies, stocks that are priced lower than they are actually worth. Buffett quickly realized the potential of this strategy, so he went to work with his mentor at his investment partnerships, where he mastered his method. When Graham decided to retire, Buffett has already saved up around $150,000 or $1.5 million in today's dollars. So he decided to start his own investments partnerships. He applied the same strategy, but in general he was mainly looking for the small companies that are doing just good enough, but still are undervalued, such as Dempster Mail, Wild Mill Manufacturers Company, which was the struggling businesses at the time. It was trading at $18 per share, but Buffett realized that company's asset was $75 per share, so even if the company goes bankrupt, asset could be sold and would still make a profit. So over the next couple of years, he kept acquiring Dempster Mills shares until became the majority shareholder. In order to make a good profit from his investments, Buffett changed the management, improved the operations, and then sold the company three times higher than the amount he invests, $80 per share. Buffett made multiple similar investments where he made a substantial profit, and in less than 5 years of the share in his partnerships, the value of his investments grew to millions of dollars. In fact, his personal wealth finally crossed $1 million. After acquiring Berkshire Hathaway, his approach to investing changed. Instead of focusing on small, struggling companies, he started buying more successful companies that are undervalued, such as American Express. But what actually brought him to the top of the Forbes list is insurance business. Buffett realized that insurance companies work exactly like banks. You regularly pay your premium, for example, but only get your money back if you get into the accident. So insurance companies have the constant flow of cash, which are technically considered liabilities, exactly like the money you deposit into the bank. Suddenly, Warren Buffett found himself having access to an enormous amount of the money, which he quickly started investing into the right companies. And in the next few years, his personal net worth crossed $1 billion. He kept doubting his net worth every few years by investing in some of the most successful companies such as Coca-Cola, Bank of America, General Motors, and so on, until he became the richest man in the world in 2008. Buffett didn't achieve that by simply speculating and hoping to win, but rather understood how the stock market works and consistently used the same strategy. The good news is that you can also learn how the stock market works and certainly be like Warren Buffett if you put an effort. And for that reasons, we have found for you a perfect course on the Skillshare that will teach you everything you need to know. We can't cover everything here on this channel since our videos are extremely difficult to make. So by using the link in the descriptions, you will get courses for free for the first 2 months and help this channel. So give it a try.